friends, welcome to the shed. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here in West Virginia. Probably one of the last few times I get to actually say that and mean it. It really was an absolutely gorgeous day today. How about wherever you are in the world? How was your day? Was it a beautiful day like it was here? Let me know in the comments below. You see my shirt? This is hockey. Hockey season started. Good times. I might get to watch some hockey later. We'll see what happens. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. Today I want to talk to you about a series of books and or television episodes called The Expanse by James A. Corey. The first book, Leviathan Wakes, was turned into a SyFy original series last winter. I think it started in January or something like that. And I forgot about it. I had read the book on a friend's recommendation. And he's a very avid reader. Like, dude loves to read, and he's like, this is one of the best books I've ever read, and one of the best series I've ever read. And I said, okay. So I picked up book one, and I tried to read it, and it was just like, I'm not into this at all. And it's sat on my Kindle for a while. And then I eventually went back to it, mostly because I'm stubborn, and it was $10. And if I'm going to pay $10 for a book, I'm going to read it. Because usually I get my books from the library. This one the library didn't have. So I got the book, and I finished it, right? And it was like, the second half of the book was really good. So that was last year. TV show came out. I watched like an episode, maybe two. I'm not really positive. I don't remember. And then I kind of forgot it was a thing. I don't watch TV. I really just don't watch TV. There's like one, maybe Walking Dead or something with Jamie. Maybe an hour a week I watch TV. That's like one show. So I totally forgot about it. Plus, I don't think I get the SyFy channel. I don't even pay for cable TV. I have internet access, and because of that, they've never blocked my regular TV stuff. So I get some channels, but I don't pay for TV because we don't watch it. Nobody in this house watches it. So, regardless, I forgot about it. And then last week on the Adam Savage's Still Untitled podcast, they mentioned it, how SyFy had picked it up for season 2, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. So Saturday, I sat down. I was doing some grinding on a game that I'm. Remember, I told you a while back that there was this game that I wanted to tell you about, but I wanted to play it first, and before I told you whether I liked it or not. Well, I've been playing it. Like I might need an intervention. I've been playing it too much to talk about it. So anyway, so Saturday I was grinding, and I turned. I had to steal the show. What am I supposed to do, right? So I wanted to watch it, so I had to do the pirate thing, and I watched all 10. I think there was 10 or 12 episodes for the first season, and I tell you what, they did a really good job turning that world into something visual. I don't want to say that book, because apparently the first season kind of mixed up some of book 1 and book 2 together. The main storyline is book 1, but there's some characters in the TV show that don't appear in the book until book 2, and a storyline that goes with that doesn't appear until book 2. And I had to get that clarification from my friend, because that was my least favorite part of the TV series, was that stuff that was from book 2. But he's like, you'll know when it comes. I'm like, okay. But unlike most SyFy shows, I should say, this one was really quality. Like, the visual effects were super quality. There was a few janky moments when you were like, okay, whatever. But for the most part, the acting was very solid. I don't necessarily recognize any of the actors in this movie or in this series, but it was actually really solid. The way they displayed the belters. If you've never read the series, it's about. It's not too far in the future. It's like 2120 or something like that. So 100 or so years from now, and we have developed a drive system that can allow us to settle essentially this galaxy, the inner planets. So we have colonized Mars. The people there are still trying to terraform it. They're living under a dome. Earth is over-inhabited, of course, and polar ice caps melting and water rising, all that stuff, but we're still living here. It's still a place. And then there are people living on Luna, on the moon, and people living in what they call the belt, or the asteroid belt region. I forget, there's a name for that, between Saturn and whatever. Anyway, so people living in asteroids, essentially. Like, they mined into asteroids, built tunnels, and they live in these tunnels. And those people live in very low gravity. And because of that, they're like these elongated people. The talent scouts have done some really good work finding these lanky, tall people. So that's the way that's the basic of the story, right? And so Earth and Mars are kind of two separate governments, and they try to start a war, whatever. But just the fact that the talent scouts are able to find people to fit this tall build, their accent is really interesting. Like, it's very intriguing. It's not quite Irish. It's not quite street, but it's this kind of uneducated accent that you would associate with like a Southern accent or that Cockney accent or something like that, like a working class accent. It's actually really strongly done. The visual effects are really, really good. And the interiors, all of the interiors they designed are fabulous. Like, they did a really good job with it. And I'm curious to know what you think. Have you read the books? Or just the book? Have you watched the series? Have you done both? What do you like and not like about it? The book opens up with a character who's like a detective, and he starts looking into this story, and that was the part that was really, it was boring to me. I didn't like it very much, but then once it picked up and the story started developing, the show kind of takes that storyline, so there's that character, then there's this other storyline of this crew that their ship is destroyed. They're on like this little skiff, they're exploring this asteroid, and then their ship gets destroyed, and so it follows them through their capture and recapture and escape and all this other stuff. But in the show, they kind of jam those two storylines together and jump between them. And so it's actually it keeps the pacing up, which is the thing that I didn't necessarily like about book one. It opens really slow, and then it gets really, it speeds up quickly. And then I'm told that book two is like just an action book. So I'm going to continue reading. I bought book two, so I'm going to give it a go because they're going to pick up the TV show, and I'm already invested in this universe. I think there are 5 books in the series. I can positively recommend it. The book one opened really slow for me, but I ended up really enjoying the book. The TV show I can absolutely recommend. I really enjoyed the TV show. And I'm not a sci-fi person. Like, I like Star Wars, and that's pretty much it. And I like Star Wars because it's like low-tech rednecks in space, right? Like, they're just like cobbling stuff together and making it work in space. So I'm not a big like high technology sci-fi kind of person. In this universe, I love Firefly, for instance. This universe is very similar. There is a lot of technology, but people are poor and living in crappy conditions and whatever else. So I can definitely recommend it. If you like reading and you like sci-fi, you'll like this. It's kind of a cop drama to begin with, and then turns into something else, like a mild. It's actually science-based fantasy that turns into more fantasy-based science fiction, whatever. Yeah, so if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Positives, negatives, comments below. That's what we're here for. This is a conversation, two-way talk. You let me know how your day went. You let me know what you think about today's topic. We communicate back and forth, and yay, it makes my life so much better. I thank you all for every comment that you leave. It makes me feel... It makes me just... This show means the world to me. I don't even know how to describe it. It helps me mentally. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming back tomorrow, because we do this Monday through Friday. I love having you guys here. I love having conversations with you every single day. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. How long does it take for nails to grow? In humans, the nail of the index finger grows faster than that of the little finger, and fingernails grow up to 4 times faster than toenails. My pinky finger needs cut way more often than my middle finger, or my ring index finger. I think that's bullcrap. Anyway, nails grow on an average rate of 3 millimeters a month. Fingernails require 3 to 6 months to regrow completely, and toenails require 12 to 18 months. Wow. So wow. A year to a year and a half for your toenails to completely regrow.